Alright, so we just set up the driver side harness, and the customer is about my size, 6'2"-ish, and he's probably similar weight to me, so I put the seat on the driver's side where he would sit, and George has pretty much set up the harnesses so we have a little bit of adjustment. You know, these tabs here we can pull and get them where we need them, and then the lap belts kind of the same way. We're going to try and get it where he has enough adjustment where he can kind of tweak it, get it where it fits him right. As you see, these are the Simpson harnesses. They're a little bit more time consuming to put them together. You basically just sliding those in there and putting this clip across. But the nice thing about these is to get out, they're much faster. They're faster than the last set that we put in. So we're going to put about 2 inches there. And about 2 inches here. If I'm getting a hold of it right, there we go. That way there's a bit more adjustment. George is going to snug that up so I'm in there tight about here. That way we have this much more adjustment, and plus you can pull it down or you can back it up depending on the seat. So that is pretty good right there. And like you saw in the last S2000 video, the seats we were using were not the ideal ones for harnesses. Pull that person back. So the belts would flip over. These seats are actually designed for the harnesses to go through, so it holds them correct, and they're perfectly straight for the harness bar, which is directly behind the seat. There's about this much room behind the seat. The seat's almost all the way back. Now if you're in a right-hand drive car, this would be where the steering wheel is. So now these are pretty much centered. I'll tighten up.
One more. Right. Thank you, sir.
So he's locking them in the back. So like here, we've got a little bit more to, without these, you know, we don't want these too long or flapping around. But if he puts the seat further forward, basically trying to make it universal, so wherever he sits he has a little bit of playroom. So you can back these off by pulling this tab up here. Actually, I don't want to get the Simpson dirty, but you pull on the Simpson badge and it will, so you can adjust this where you want it. Same with the lap. You pull these and then lock this down. I say what I like about the Simpson, as you see, we color matched it. We're trying to do the, you know, the theme.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull against you.
Okay. I'm going to show you how quick these are to remove. A little bit more time consuming putting together, but you know, you don't mind the prep work getting in the car. But let's say something happens, you need to get out of the car in a hurry. You don't want to be fighting this and twisting knobs. There's a bunch of different types out there. I like this one. Let me show you. You see this latch right here? You see the red? It's Velcroed down. You pull this, and it's off. You're out the car. I mean, it's quicker than unbolting a seatbelt. It takes a bit more time to put it together. It's not terrible. You're going to basically slide these on. Slide this on here. Put this in. Hook it. Clip it. Then Velcro. And then, of course, you lock this down. That's it. I'm ready to be a passenger in a car hauling butt around a track. And George is too. George is going to hold on that bar. And he can lean. We're like, George, left turn, he can lean, get the car around the corner. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
You leave the door open, I'll stick my knee out so we can really corner.
Yeah, well, like those motorcycle and sidecar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely keeps you in the car. That's good. I've got no movement at all. That's sweet. Wow, this thing is super dirty. I was hoping to wash it before we take it to alignment, but I didn't get the pressure wash system finished. We're getting a couple of pieces crimped. So unfortunately we're gonna have to take it dirty and then wash it when we get it back. And hopefully our pressure washing system will be finished. We can use it on this car. This is gonna be the first car. Okay, so let's put the harnesses on. Like I explained, harnesses take a little longer to put on, but you can take them off super fast. So it's all good. It's a 5-point harness. I'm only going to use 4 points. Really don't feel like having the strap down below. I feel tight already. Put in the relaxation mode. Okay, so we're heading to alignment. First time I've actually had a chance to drive this car. Alright, this is officially the furthest drove it. Look how cocked the wheel is. That's annoying. Makes you want to keep straightening the wheel, and then you go down the road zigzagging, because visually you want to straighten the wheel. Yeah, the sun is blaring, the windshield is dirty. These harnesses feel like I'm going to jump out of an airplane on a parachute. Kind of an interesting feeling. I keep loosening them and adjusting them and getting them, you know, all adjusted. When it fit me, it's still a little loose. But I'm just not used to harnesses, so it feels weird. Again, if you guys use harnesses all the time, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but it's weird not being able to move out in the seat. The seat's pretty rigid, I fit in the seat real well. On the harnesses, you know, I got them kind of loose. I'm still pretty snug in here. And it's not too bad. The alignment, you know, again, we guessed it, that's where the wheel sits as you go down the road, which, you know, makes you feel funky. And every time you do this, the car goes to the left, and then you come back, and you know that deal. Once the alignment's done, we'll take it through its paces a little bit. And again, this is all driving to make sure everything's good. We're just, you know, making sure everything is okay. There's no squeaks or rattles or leaks or, you know, anything going on that's funky. It's going a long way from here, so we want to make sure if it has an issue, it's addressed before it leaves. You know, like breaking a piston. All right, everything is good so far. We have a turn in half a mile. This is 9th Street. Next road is Fall Street. That's where Kaufman Tires is. We're going to be making a right turn. Car's driving good. The alignment's actually not that bad. We just kind of eyeballed it. Everything else is good. Drivability is good. I might do a little tweak right off idle. It drops to about 15.0, then drops back to 14.3 just for a split second. And I might be psychologically feeling it, but I feel like it's just a slight, not a dead spot, but not a crisp spot. So that's the nice thing about driving a car and going over the tune. So I might make an adjustment there. And of course, I'm going to turn that brake light off. All right, coming up on Kaufman. There it is right there. Brand new building. It's a brand new Kaufman. this is 4th Street. We're gonna make a right on 4th Street, go up to 62nd, which is the road our shop is off. Follow that. I don't know if you can hear, but barely revving the car, the turbo is already spooling. You can already hear the turbo whistle as soon as you're rolling the gas. You hear it? Ready? The turbo is ready to go. This car is dying to run through the RPMs. Wow, steering wheel is perfectly straight. Oh, look at this, hands off. Look at this, hands off. Not touching the wheel. Look at this, I can film and drive and shift. Fantastic. Wow, this is surprisingly good. Still not even touching the wheel, like, fantastic. All right, 62nd Avenue, hook a left, head to the shop. Let's wash this. Let's finish off our pressure washing system. Give it a wash. All right, so just give you a quick spec on the alignment. That was before, and again, all we did was bolt it together and just kind of eyeball it. And this is after. And they don't go just within green. Obviously, anywhere within this parameter on their machine comes up green. So it could be -1 on this side and +1 on this side. The machine would say green. Well, and it's still not quite right. But now it's pretty much on the money, and the car drives fantastic. So we're gonna wash it. There's a couple little spots I want to go over the tune, and again, it's just right off idle, high vacuum, barely touching the gas, which you've got to make yourself drive it that way. But we just want to go over it, make sure it's correct. But the car looks great. Again, it's hard to tell with it being white, but it's so dirty. You can kind of see there, it's just dust and dirt, and almost like metal filings from us grinding and whatnot. So we'll finish the pressure washing system, we'll wash it, we'll put it on the dyno, we'll go over that drivability area so we can keep it controlled. I don't want to do it on the street because there's so many variations, and of course the danger. So on the dyno, everything's controlled, we can watch the air fuel and keep going over that same spot over and over. All right, so first wash. Got our pressure wash system. Look at that. No noise, no pulling the ripcord. We just wash. Let's check it out. System from Obsessed Garage. Check him out, obsessedgarage.com. Also check him out on YouTube. He's got a ton of videos showing you how to use this. This is a heavy duty gun. I mean, it's nice, it swivels, it's actually dual swivel, quick disconnect, and put the phone counter right